Hey everyone, today we're going to look at the second half of the really nice agate collection that somebody gave to me recently. This person was diagnosed with a very serious health condition, and that was a few years ago, and ever since has been slowly giving away his very nice agate collection. So thank you again to that person. I really appreciate these. I'm really enjoying looking at them. So this one I weighed. This is almost 12 ounces. This is a really big rock for an agate. I've never found anything nearly this large. I find little tiny things and get excited about them. So this is a real treat. Okay, next up we have a couple of tube agates. These are really cool. This is also a Lake Superior agate. You can see the tubes. These are kind of the ends here. And this side's really cool. Isn't that neat? Okay, here's another much larger tube agate. Doesn't look like much there, but then you start to see the tubes there. Can you see them inside there? This one's one he refers to as a jelly agate, which refers to how clear the chalcedony is in here. Really nice stuff. Just love those bands. So one of the things that he's tried to impress upon me, the person who gave me these, is to prepare for your eventual death by labeling any really valuable rocks you have, so that your wife or whoever is left behind, your kids, don't have to try to figure out what to do with them or try to figure out the value of them. So if you've got something that's particularly valuable, mark it on there, make a spreadsheet, take pictures. If you're leaving them with family members, put them in your will if they're worth that much, or at least label them with who gets what. This one's an amethyst agate. You can see the amethyst right in there. So there's a lot of people out there. Oh, and there's a big eye there. I forgot about that. How did I forget that? Huge eye. Haven't looked at these in a week. One more amethyst right there. So being part of this, agate community, Lake Superior agate community, he said he's seen a lot of people brag on online forums or whatever, or even in person, brag about agate collections they've gotten basically stolen from family members that didn't know their value. So they put them out in a yard sale, and somebody will buy them for next to nothing. And you think that person spent a good part of their life collecting these things. That's not fair. This is another amethyst agate, really dark amethyst here. So that's something I want to work on because I need to take his advice and do something with my rocks. These are now the most valuable rocks I have. Petoskey stones and pudding stones, they have a little bit of value, but nothing like these. I don't know if you can see there's bands right around the amethyst here. Yeah, I guess you can see them. That's what you want to look for on the beach. That some people call it an old potato look. I found looking at these, they don't all look like that. I would pick that up. I would see that as a possible agate and pick it up and flip it over, but they don't all look like that. All right, this next one is, he got this from someone else who told him that it was a Bob Lynch agate. And he told me that, and I didn't really know what that meant. I've heard of Bob Lynch because I have a couple of his books here. So one is the Michigan Rocks and Minerals book, and the other one's Lake Superior. So there's some overlap between these two books, but they're really nice little books. I believe Dan Lynch is Bob Lynch's son. And each page, it has a picture of a rock or a mineral or something, and then a description of it. There's a little map that shows you where they're found. So each page is pretty much the same. So it's really easy to find your way around the book. Nice little books. I recommend them. So anyhow, apparently this was, I guess, found by Bob Lynch. It's not been worked or anything. These are raised little ridges on here. You can feel along there that each band is kind of raised up. It's really pretty cool. Beautiful rock. Okay, then we got a little batch of eye agates. So let's start with this one. Nothing much else on that rock except that great big eye right there. I mean, it's a little rock, but for the size of the rock, it's pretty big. Little speckles on this side are kind of neat too. There's an eye there. Another eye on the end there. We got two eyes. Little tiny guy, but almost the whole rock is eye. Love the eyes. And then this one, see the eyes kind of buried under there? Nothing over here, but I really like that. It's just sort of peeking out there. Okay, this next one is not a Lake Superior agate. All the other ones were. Doesn't quite look the same on the outside. But this one's from New Mexico. Kind of a bluish color. And obviously this one's been cut. You see that? It's flat there. And last but certainly not least is this one. This is a Condor agate from Argentina. Look at that color there. And doesn't look like anything on the back. So obviously this one's polished. When I first looked at this, I looked at that polish and I thought, oh, that's got like polyurethane or something on it. It just looked too shiny to me. But then I started looking closer and you can see, like here, if this was polyurethane, that low spot would be shiny also, but it's not. So I believe that is just a really, really good polish. All right, so thanks again to the very kind person who gave me these rocks. And there are 150 little ones yet to go, so I'll be showing those in the future. I'm not going to show all 150 of them probably. I'll pick out some of the better ones and we'll do a few at a time. But there's some really nice ones there. They don't have to be big to be beautiful. So stay tuned for that in the future. Won't be next week or anything. I think I'll spread these out a little bit, but more agates to come. Thanks for watching.